Stay there. Got another one down outside. Hi, Polly? Where is he?
He's down the street.
On October 30th, 2022, a young mother from Aurora, Colorado, called police after finding something in her home that shouldn't have been there.
Tell me exactly what happened, Jessica.
My ex-boyfriend has restraining orders, and he's not supposed to be here around me with this house. And I just found his jacket here, his jeans, and his keys here.
As the woman moved through her home, she told the dispatcher she believed the man might be hiding somewhere inside. Then suddenly, she heard something else.
What's going on, Jessica?
Oh my God! There's shots fired at my house!
Okay, what's going on?
I don't know, I can't lock myself in the restroom. We need help now.
Stay on the phone with me.
Help now.
Stay on the phone with me.
By the time officers arrived, 4 people were dead,
I got another guy down right here.
and the man police believed was responsible was gone. In the early morning hours of October 30th, 2022, Aurora police were dispatched to the home of Jessica Serrano after she called 911, believing her ex-boyfriend was or had been inside her home.
Okay, is there anybody that saw him in the house at all?
No, but his stuff is here.
Okay, got it. Did you, look around? Did you see him at all or anything?
No.
Okay.
At that point, the call still sounds like the beginning of a possible violation of a protection order, until the dispatcher suddenly hears gunshots.
Ma'am? Ma'am, hello?
Followed by silence, then another voice.
What do you want to do? What do you want me to do? No! They come out without you.
When officers arrived, they found Jessica alive and a scene of overwhelming violence they weren't fully prepared for.
All right, I'll be out checking. Okay, come back here. All right, I'm in contact with female. What's wrong?
He shot my family!
What do you mean he shot your family? Stay right here. All right, she's telling me he's just shot her family. Stay right there.
As officers walked through the home, the scale of the scene became clear in real time.
Is Carl making entry? I've got one down, gunshot wound in the kitchen. Get the female out of here. Get out of here. Ma'am, come on. You need to get out of here. Come on. Go out there. Go out the side. Go outside. You stay outside. Come on.
Bob, we got a total of 3 down right now. Inside the house.
The 4 victims were later identified as Maria Serrano, Jessica's twin sister, Kenneth Green, Maria's husband, Jesus Serrano, Jessica and Maria's father, and Rodolfo Salgado Perez, a man who lived in an RV behind the residence. One of the hardest things about this case is that there were children still inside the home when it all unfolded.
The girls! The girls!
What girls? Yeah.
The
Stay here. I need you to stay here.
The girls.
And for a moment, everything shifted, not to the suspect, but to getting those kids out as quickly as possible before they could see that devastating scene around them.
Can we get those kids out?
Yeah, we're gonna hold here.
We need to work on getting those kids out. That lady, we're gonna get them out a different way than this. Is there any way to get them out of here without having them see? Let's wrap them up in blankets.
We'll probably just go out this way, cover eyes and head. We'll take the children's. Right now, head to toe, they're okay.
Yeah.
So they're green.
Okay.
I'm
grabbing a blanket, I'm gonna hold it.
Okay. Will you both transport in yours?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold the blanket here though.
You're taking them to the hospital, right?
Yes.
Okay. What's he look like?
Joseph Costarina!
What's he wearing?
He's wearing a gray sweater. I don't know.
According to Jessica, he kicked in the bathroom door, pointed a gun at her, and pulled the trigger.
He wanted to kill me too, but he didn't have no more bullets.
Okay, you gotta come back over here. I want you to sit right here.
It was at that moment that Jessica was able to push past him and get out, but he came after her. And when he caught up to her, he pointed the gun at her again. But just as she begged him not to shoot, he suddenly turned and ran northbound.
Where's he at? Over where?
Over there.
Where?
He's running.
She's saying he's running northbound. I'm trying to get more information.
At the time of the murders, Joseph Castorena was not simply an ex-boyfriend of Jessica's.
I told you guys to hurry up and get here. You guys always take long. We always called you guys about him. Always coming here, doing this and that. You guys don't arrest him.
I'm just...
Just 1 week earlier, she told police Joseph had contacted her while she was at work and then confronted her in the parking lot. She said he pressured her into going to lunch with him and then refused to let her leave. After driving her to his house, he kept her there in his vehicle overnight. During that time, Jessica said Joseph repeatedly pointed a small handgun at her and threatened to kill her and himself if she didn't listen to him. And on October 24th, 2022, she was granted a restraining order against Joseph. But that order didn't stop him. The very next day, police documented another incident after Joseph was captured on surveillance cameras in Jessica's backyard, violating that protection order. So when Jessica called 911 on October 30th, saying she believed he was inside her home, that fear didn't come out of nowhere. It came from repeated threats, escalating behavior, and a court order already ignored. Officers soon arrived at Joseph's listed home on Jamaica Street, where his mother and other family members were inside. At that point, they still didn't know if he might be there.
Have you been in contact with your brother? Here's the deal. I'm going to be straight up and honest with you. We want to get in contact with your brother before somebody else from some other agency does, okay? I would rather your brother be alive and under arrest than to be dead or shot because he does something stupid, okay? Is there any way that you can help us out to find out where he's at?
I already tried calling him. My sister tried calling him. He won't answer.
Okay.
Does he have any social media that he might be on right now?
Why would his phone be hidden? Why would we be seeing stuff around here?
What do you mean?
As far as where he was last located.
For his phone?
Yeah.
Like his phone here?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Before going inside, officers first needed to get everyone out of the house.
My deal is preservation of life, right? So if you come out, maybe we can have you call the other females that are in there and have them come out of the house if you would. If we can get them to come outside, all right, we're willing to put them in cars and keep them warm, all right? And then I want to talk, is your mom in there right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so just hang here for a second, and I'm going to try to find out whether they want to do that or not, okay? Are you willing to work with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
One by one, relatives and children were brought out. Officers moving quickly, trying to secure everyone before going in, because until the house was empty, they couldn't take the risk that he was still inside.
Hey, what's going on?
So we're going to go ahead and we got consent to go in the house. Go ahead and do a search of the house.
Do you think he's in there?
We don't know. We got consent.
Is there anybody else in there?
They're saying no.
And who is they?
The family.
And what's his connection to them?
Their mom and sister and I think 2 sisters and then a nephew.
We have a dog?
We have a dog. The way we're going to execute this is essentially we're going to go up. We're going to go ahead and give orders first. After we give orders, we're going to go ahead and set it up. I've got a back team that's going to move up as we move up. They're going to check that backyard. We're going to go up to the door, give some more orders at the door, try to get those dogs out, and then we're going to do the search with the canine.
If Joseph had doubled back, this is where they'd find him.
Joseph! Come out with your hands up and empty. This is your own police department. Come out now!
Hearing no response and seeing no movement, police went inside.
I think we're ready to move up, buddy.
Joseph, this is your final warning. Come out and surrender now, as peacefully as possible, so we can get this taken care of. You are under arrest. Please don't make us use any force, Joseph.
Hold it there. You got this room. I'll check behind the door. Hold that. I want one on this door though, okay?
Yep.
One's gonna stop. The last guy stops. Okay? Make your corners.
Come on, Sandsbar.
Check your corners. Yep.
Perfect. Get all lit.
There you go. Okay, you're out. You're off. Come back here. Go ahead and drop your shield for right now.
Here. Stairs in the kitchen. You got stairs in the kitchen. All right. Yeah. Here.
Okay, hold the stairs. Okay.
Hey, Bob's on the stairs. Okay.
You want to run him through there one more time, Bobby? You think you'll do it?
Here. Text. Boy, so Bob's at a door that's right there behind his back. All right, so let's start clearing these rooms.
Yep. Ready? Yep.
Fine.
Ready? Yep, go.
Move it up.
Okay, you're off.
Got it. I'm off.
You're coming with us? Easy, easy, easy. Open door left. Okay.
After checking every corner of the house, they determined Joseph wasn't there.
Now you can say with all certainty that there's no one in there, right? Okay.
With Joseph nowhere inside, their next question was, where could he be?
Earlier this week, a restraining order had been issued directing the suspect not to go to the residence or come near the domestic partner. We began investigating, we identified the suspect, and began searching the neighborhood in the dark. Shortly after this incident began, we issued a reverse 911 call to residents within a 1 mile radius, asking them to shelter in place. We located what we believe is the suspect's car nearby. We did a search at night, and we have just begun a daylight search of the neighborhood. We even had drones up in the air at first light, and we're now doing a thorough search of the immediate neighborhood because we are concerned and want to find the subject. His name is Joseph Mario Castorena, date of birth 5/24/01. He's 21 years old. We have to assume he is armed, and we are very concerned and want to do everything we can to find him and take him into custody as soon as possible.
On October 31st, the coroner's office conducted autopsies on all 4 victims. The findings laid out the scale of what had happened in blunt forensic language. Kenneth Green had died from a gunshot wound to the head. Jesus and Maria Serrano both died from gunshot wounds to the head and chest. And Rodolfo Salgado died from a single gunshot wound. All 4 deaths were ruled homicides. For weeks, investigators worked to track his movements, following leads that eventually pointed to south of the border, until December 2022, when authorities located him in Mexico. He was taken into custody with the assistance of Mexican law enforcement, ending a manhunt that stretched across 2 countries. After being returned to the United States, Joseph was transported to Phoenix, Arizona, where Aurora detectives finally had the opportunity to sit down with him and hear his version of what had happened.
Are you cool with talking to us?
I am. But I feel more comfortable with the attorney, so.
Okay. Oh, do you have an attorney?
No, I would like to get one.
Okay.
And just like that, the conversation was over. No explanation, no account of what had happened inside that home, at least not from him. In Arapahoe County, prosecutors formally charged Joseph Castorena with 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of attempted first-degree murder. Each of these murder charges carried a mandatory sentence of life in prison, if convicted. Joseph Castorena's trial began in May of 2024, where prosecutors laid out what they described as a calculated and deliberate act of violence. They argued Joseph had broken into the home of Jessica's family, where he waited, armed, until the family returned. On May 16, 2024, a jury decided Joseph Castorena was found guilty on all charges. On September 3, 2024, Joseph stood before a judge and declined to make a statement before his sentencing. 4 consecutive terms of life in prison without the possibility of parole, 1 for each victim, and an additional 24 years for attempted murder. A sentence that ensures he'll spend the rest of his life behind bars. When it comes to true crime, we always want an explanation. What leads ordinary people to do unthinkable things? But in this case, that answer never really came. Not when detectives sat down with Joseph, not in court, not even at sentencing. Instead, what was left are only pieces we can see. A relationship that ended badly, a protection order granted days before, and a man who went to a house and targeted the people closest to Jessica. It's hard not to wonder if that was the point, to cause as much pain as possible by taking it out on the people she loved. But sometimes that understanding never comes, and that's what makes it so much harder to live with. Before you go, I just wanted to let you know that The Minds of Madness is also a long-running podcast with a back catalog of over 300 episodes, stories you can listen to anytime. So if you ever want to continue these stories when you can't watch, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to podcasts. So until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.